Hey, board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot with another unboxing. This time we're taking a look at the Baseball Highlights 2045 Bases Loaded Edition. Now, this is the box and an expansion, the All-Stars expansion with the inserts, not the full game. I already own a copy of that. I will show you kind of the differences between the new box, but I was excited because I backed the Kickstarter project because it's supposedly a better storage solution, and you get the All-Star expansion. So let's get right to that Game Toppers LLC table and see what's inside this box. All right, let's take a look. We got side-by-side comparison, a little first player token from Berkey, like that. Side-by-side comparison of the two boxes. So this is my original well-used edition of Baseball Highlights 2045. I've got, 50 plays of this game. I played it at conventions. I played it at home. Even in an online league right now. I'm terrible, by the way, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely my favorite deck building or hand management game with deck building aspects game that I like. And this is the storage solution I have currently with it. This is the insert that comes with the original game. I have every expansion up to date, although I don't have every single team of the 12 base teams. Some of them are duplicates after that. I've got, I don't know, about 8 or 10 of them. I'm close, and I've got a few that I need to sleeve. I also have the upgraded meeples from Meeple Source, I think, for the base runners and the hitters. So, and everything fits in here pretty well. I've got the nice little player boards. But on the Kickstarter, Eagle-Gryphon Games promised a better way to store it, like with some dividers and things, and also this brand new All-Stars expansion. So you can see that the artwork hasn't changed much, just some little different coloring here with different backgrounds, but it's still basically that same art style, so which most people love. So let's get inside this box here. The back of it kind of shows what if you had actually backed the Bases Loaded full expansion, that's the full project, you'd get all of this stuff. So which, to tell you the truth, I probably have most of this stuff, so I'm pretty close to that. But let's see. This is a game designed by famed designer Mike Fitzgerald. First game I ever bought from Mike, I didn't know, of course, back then. This is back in the 90s, was Wyvern. I bought one of the early CCG games that came out after Magic the Gathering, and that was one of Mike's games. I found out later. I've had the pleasure of meeting Mike a couple of times. So we've got the brand new rule book. Isn't this the one that Paul rule book? Paul Grogan, yeah, from Gaming Rules. And I'll tell you, his version of the rule book, fantastic. It really explains. You don't even need to know baseball to know how to play this game now that you have it. Of course, if you know baseball, you know that it's a very thematic representation of baseball 20 years in the future, where cyborgs and robots compete with humans on a modified version of baseball. The game itself is not a simulation of baseball. It's one of the things I actually like about it. It's like watching ESPN highlights of the 6 biggest plays during the game that change everything. So we've got the new rule book, but I've seen this rule book already, so good deal to go through. Some common questions, how to play solitaire, how to set up tournaments. The best thing about Baseball Highlights is tournament play. We were lucky enough to play the Texas Regionals Championship at BGG 2024, where I did make the playoffs again. So my streak is, I've kept my streak alive, but I can't seem to win past the first round. Reference booklet. So we've got, oh, nice. A little, basically some, questions that have come over the years with all the different expansions and cards and everything. And I'm a big fan of all the expansions. I'll play with all of them, except stadiums and the managers. I never really enjoyed those. So let's see what else we got. Quick start guide. Oh, so this is your first time ever playing. It talks about how to set up a match between the Los Angeles team and the New York team. And it goes step by step. Okay. I think I've seen this already, but I'm glad to have it. This is great. For anybody that by the time you play through all these things, you've played a whole game and you've learned every aspect of base running, hitting, playing, and then how the visitor save works, which might be the most, confusing aspect. Okay, so this is the new setup with the new divider. Assuming there's nothing hidden there. It'll be cool to have something from Mike. Nope. Okay. Compare that. All right. So. Yeah. So the divider is a little different. Bigger wells here, 2 bigger wells, and then the other 2 as opposed to just the 6. See if that makes a difference. What else comes with it? Okay. I don't remember because I backed it so long ago. We got the Baseball Highlights expansion number 11. That's the All-Star expansion and 12 promo cards. Now, I got a sneak peek. Me and Philip Millman and Berkey were at, and of course Jack, my son, were at BGG Con for that Texas Regionals that Philip won. And Ralph and Mike were there. Ralph, the developer of the game, and Mike, obviously the designer. And they were showing, one of the reasons we had the tournament was that we could show off the cards to everybody. They're a little powerful, or maybe very powerful, according to what Mike said. So you want to kind of ease them in or throw a couple of them in. I think one of the variants that Mike had suggested was like before the game starts, you'll have all these out and you'll draft in turn order or something. It's probably in the book. So we've got cards like Ellie Carroll, natural with a single of fast runners. Okay? With a bunt. I don't remember if I've seen bunt before. Oh, wow. So Lorenzo Marte, a natural with a new keyword, leaping catch, which gets rid of 2 home runs at one time. Okay. I'm trying to remember the name of the player that hits 2 home runs. Is it Barry somebody? Okay. Corbin De La Rosa, which has the or mechanic. So you either get a Magna Glove. Gloves are cancels. And the Magna Glove, you can cancel 2 hits. And lead off if this is your first card played, home run on the offensive side. One of the reasons I don't like lead off, I used to play it a lot early, but it's got to be your first card played. So sometimes situationally, it's not something you'll buy it and you'll play it once and then you never see it again. So Magna Glove plus, so you got cancel 2 hits and a pick off of an all-star, all base runners. Pick off all base runners. And it's a 5-buy. Wow. Okay, that's woo. So Philip Frisch, that's a pretty powerful card. These are all broken cards, man, which is the fun of the game, right? Get a couple of broken cards in there. Robot, hit for the cycle, single, double, triple, and home run if you make a robot check. And a robot check is where you'll flip the next card in your deck. And if a robot shows, then you get that benefit. It's an 8 with a 3-buy. GDD 101. Whenever you play a robot, it's a single for the rest of the game. Oh, so every time you play a robot, that's a great robot deck here. Because after that, you're always getting automatic singles. Interesting. Okay. Corey Carter, Magna Glove Plus, like it. And whenever you play a natural, it's a glove. So anytime you play a natural from now on, it also has a regular glove. Kyle Bautista, whenever you play a cyborg, it's a double for the rest of the game. Dwight Boggs, I like that. Dwight Gooden and Wade Boggs. Golden Glove. A Golden Glove canceled 3 hits. Ooh, that's great. Because there are a lot of robots where you'll have that double, 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 or single, 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 or, on Hey TM $, opponent's choice for you. Immediate home run or 6 revenue for the buy round next time. Oh, that's an interesting one. Sammy Bonds, Magna Glove Plus, cancel 2 hits and add 1 of the glove hits to your end of the hit box. Oh, these are great. All right, so lots of cards here, and of course we gotta show off some of these promos, right? Okay, so that's mainly the all stars. Let's get to the promos. We've got, of course, Berkey's card, Berkey Puckett. Talk about broken. It's a double and a home run. You got a leaping catch with canceling 2 home runs, or a clutch home run if there's any base runners and if you're behind. Wow. Costs 12, but it's 2. We've got Philip Millman, the 3-time Baseball Highlights national champion and current Texas champion. Coach Millman is a coach card. It's natural at the end of this game. It's +4 revenue for your buy round. Coach Pillman is a legend in his own mind. Just ask anyone. Oh, they're tweaking Philip, but Philip's a good sport. So, I mean, Philip started all this. That's actually a great. Oh, this is the famous photo. Poor Alex. That I'm not sure about the other two people, but the one on the right is Alex Goldsmith, our buddy from the Dukes of Dice, who had just lost yet another championship to Philip, and is obviously unhappy about it. So, picking on our friend Alex there. The Green Monster, which is a robot. Draw 3 lineup cards, reorder them and replace them on top. You name it. Pinch hit this card as normal. I've seen that one before. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Say hey, show high. Sweep if ahead or behind, cancel all hits. Wheelie beam. Yeah. Okay, these are great. Matt Weiler, super pizza. A robot steal signs double unless opponent's next card in play is a robot. Wow, I like that. Ali Littlejohn, Magna Glove Plus, Yoshi Sebi. Okay, man, these are great. All right, so we got some awesome cards to add to our giant deck. And then the last one is promos and extras. Starting to. Oh, okay. So let's see what we got here. Oh, I know what this is. This is the dividers. So now we'll have some official dividers to put in there, like that. I heard a complaint that it won't fit after this, so that there'll be some lid lift, but I don't know where that's coming from because this seems to fit. I'm going to find out. I mean, doesn't that look like on the side? It looks like it fits. So these are dividers. It's got all the dividers for all the starter teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, well, yeah. Yep. And then some of the teams like Houston, if I remember right, and a couple others they're just duplicates of the same original 12. Mike came up with 12 decks over time. And then to get people that might be interested in playing the Caribbean or the UK or something like that, or some of these other teams, they just doubled up on them. So if you get Houston, it's actually one of these 12 teams. You're not, or Florida, you're actually playing one of these teams, or the Caribbean, whatever. And then of course, space for all the different expansions. The problem that I have with that is I just throw everything in there except for the ballparks and the coaches. So I mean, everything else is already in the decks. I don't take anything else out. Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm gonna work on this as soon as I can. All right, so that's everything you get in the bases loaded all-star expansion plus promos and the new box. This is not an unboxing of everything you get if you backed all this stuff, because on the back of the box you can see there's a whole ton of stuff that you're going to get if you backed this Kickstarter. But I wanted to see the comparison between the old Baseball Highlights 2045 box and the new one. It looks like it's it's got fresh artwork. My box is pretty beat up, so I'll probably give this one to Jack because he's got the smaller little spring training one for 2 players. So this will give him enough for all 4 players. But that's everything for Baseball Highlights 2045. One of my favorite games of all time. It's one of my permanently in my top 10 lists. I'll play it anytime. And if you haven't played it before, you should try it. In fact, come over to Southern Board Game Fest in March and we'll set up a game. Until next time, Laissez, bon temps, rouler.